As a financial advisory firm, there are basically three areas that we are always looking to improve upon. The first one is we want to improve the rate of return that we can get for our clients with our investments. The second is we want to be as tax efficient. We want to reduce our clients' taxes if at all possible, but certainly be tax efficient. And then the third is we want to be as low cost as we possibly can be. And so it's rare when you can accomplish all three objectives, and we think that with the changes that we are going to be implementing October 1st, that will go a long way to achieving all three of those goals. So let me kind of describe to you what the changes are going to be about. So first of all, historically, as a firm, we have always hired managers to manage our money for us. The idea being that those managers are so good that they can beat their respective benchmarks, which are called indexes. Okay, so for example, you could have an index of, let's say, large cap growth stocks that is represented by 100 stocks. And so we hire a manager, the manager goes in there and cherry picks the 10 that they think are the best ones. They're going to outperform the average of the 100. And so that would be our goal over time. Well, what's happened over the last 5 years is that technology has advanced, and computers now are so able to do trades in microseconds. The cost of managing portfolios has come down so much that now the managers are having a very difficult time bringing enough value to overcome their cost. So we've been looking at this for the last 5 years, but it wasn't up until about a year ago that we felt that that way of investing using indexing had matured to the point where it might be a viable alternative for us to use for our clients. And so a little over a year ago, the five senior advisors, we all took $100,000 of our own money and we invested it into an account. And we mimicked what our clients, how we were investing with our clients to see what the difference would be. And the results were positive. The returns, we've tried a lot of different scenarios to kind of vet it all out. But generally speaking, the returns were either equal to or better than what we were doing in our traditional way. So then what we did was we asked SEI to do some research for us as well. And they went back and we asked them to back test over 10 years. And the results of the back testing, which again, back testing, we did not have the technology to do this in the past. So the back testing is modeling. It doesn't guarantee anything, it doesn't guarantee the future, but it does give us confidence that, again, we should be able to at least match, if not beat, the returns that we have been making with our traditional model. So we're very confident, again, we can't guarantee it, but we're confident that the returns should be at least as good, if not better. So on that first objective, we feel very good about that. The second objective is reducing your income taxes. Now this one applies only for those of you that have accounts that are not IRAs. So when you have a manager in the account who, we have 100 stocks in this particular index, and it's hypothetical, it's not a real one. There's 100 stocks in there, and this manager wants to beat his or her respective index. What are they doing all year long? Well, they're buying and they're selling and they're buying and they're selling. Well, every time they sell something, what happens? That's a taxable event. So it's tax inefficient. Now, in the past, because of the added value, it's overcome that. But now, again, the efficiencies and the returns we feel are so compelling that the extra tax that this creates is not worth it. So what's going to happen is that once we remove the manager from the picture, we're going to remove the number of taxable events that are going to happen, and therefore we're very confident that it's also going to reduce your income taxes. And we all want to reduce our income taxes, don't we? So that's, I think, a good thing. Now, the third part of this is the cost. So right now, and the cost numbers I'm going to use now are generic, okay? Some of you may be higher or lower, but this is kind of in the middle, so it kind of applies generally to everybody, even though many of you may not be exactly this, okay? So right now, you're paying our advisory fee, but in addition to that, you're paying for SEI to do three things for you, Okay, so there's the advisory fee, which you see, it's on your statement and all of that, but then there's the internal cost that SEI has, which is there. It comes out of your returns. You don't see it necessarily, but it is there. And it pays for three things. The first is it pays for custodial fees. So what does that mean? Custodial fees are the holding of your money, the tax reporting, the website that you go to, the account numbers, if you add or subtract money, the bookkeeping on all that, the transfers in and out, all of that is handled. Those are custodial activities, which is a fee for. The second is the transaction costs. So you're paying for the transaction costs. And again, using indexes, the likelihood is we're going to be doing fewer transactions, and therefore we're going to be doing less costs in that category. And then the third area is the managers that we have currently. So currently we have managers that are investing the money, and these are called active managers. What we're going to be doing is we're actually going to be firing all of these managers. And we're going to replace them with one manager, which is called State Street. State Street's job is going to be to make sure that our portfolio looks as much like the respective category indexes as it possibly can be. Okay, so we have a container, and on the stock side, it has 6 categories. Those are 6 different indexes. Their job is to make sure our portfolio looks like we had those 6 indexes in it. Okay, now because we are firing the managers and replacing them with one, the cost is going to go down there as well. So the overall is that the internal cost is going to go down dramatically, and we're going to be raising our fee as well at the same time. So basically what's going to happen is that the cost is going to go down, and we're going to share it with you. That cost saving we're going to share with you. Now, many companies, as you know, if they negotiate reductions in cost from their vendors and their suppliers, what do they do with that money? Well, most companies keep it, right? They put it in their pocket, they make a bigger profit, everybody gets a bonus, and champagne bottles are uncorked. Well, that's not our way of doing business. We want our clients to benefit from any improvements, any cost cutting that we can do. So the cost sharing is going to go more to you than to us. And so the net result is that your overall cost is going to go down by more than our fee is going to go up. Okay, so it's a win-win for both of us. We're going to make more money, and we believe that you're going to have, well, you will have lower cost, but we also believe you're going to have higher returns, and we also believe you're going to have lower taxes. So it's a win-win for both of us. It's very exciting news because, as I said, it is very rare when we can accomplish all 3 of our objectives in one fell swoop. And this really, we have a great deal of confidence that this is going to do all 3 of those. So I thank you for being a client. You know, I hope this shows you that we never stop thinking, we never stop working on your behalf to find ways to improve what we're doing. And I hope this validates why you become a client of Money Matters. And this won't be the end of it. We don't rest on our laurels. We are always looking to improve. I call it the stay in business plan. Okay, we want to stay in business, and we want to make you happy. And anytime we can lower your costs, I think that makes you happy. Improve your returns, makes you happy, and reduces your taxes. That makes you really happy. So I believe we should be able to do all 3 of those. So once again, thank you so much for being a client and for watching this video.